Morning. So today's a really good day. I didn't even check out my hair this morning. So today's a really good day. It's getting close to 8. I got up in a different kind of, call it a mood, call it vibration, call it whatever you want to call it. I got up this morning a little bit different, a little bit more excited about life. I changed up my meditation. I'm still doing my guided meditation just because I feel like it gives me boundaries, and it kind of also a sense of time, and it also is like gives me structure to my meditation and not just random. There's also in the meditation that I do, it's meditation of So I do guided meditation by, well, I can put a link for it. It's my twin. He does it. It's there's a whole concept behind it, and I find that it really works and that it's a really good meditation. And also, the first part of the meditation is just the chanting part. Call it chanting. I don't really like that, but it's chanting. That's really what it is. And so it's putting your own voice out into the world with your intentions. So you hold your intentions and you put your voice out into the world. And the second part of the meditation is still doing that, but he says sentences that you can, things to ponder on while you do your meditation, which I find to be really helpful because it's things that it actually brings your mind into a focus of things that you understand and come to know. And so I changed it up a little bit. In between I said my own intentions and put in my own energies to that. I added in things that I want to emphasize in my life and things that I'm feeling this morning. Yesterday I went to the Jordan River and met some friends, and we did a shamanic ceremony of rapé. It's called. It's a South American, like the jungle medicine. And what it is it's a mixture of, it's a powder, and they have like this applicator, and they put it in your nose, and they go and shoot this stuff into your nose, and it's like a tobacco mix, but it burns. So when they do it in each nostril, and so in the one nostril, and then it burns like this half of your face. You feel like it's on fire. But it does like this massive reset to your brain or to your whole being, because for a minute you're brought completely out of your conscious, out of your conscious state of being, because you're in this, and so it's kind of like a reset to your brain. It's kind of like hitting the reset button. It's very intense, and I actually filmed it, and I have it uploaded to YouTube. I still haven't decided if I want to publish it because I watched it. It's kind of, I don't know. But I guess if people are interested in it, it's interesting. But it's kind of like, I don't know, it seems kind of personal to me. And so every time when they do the one half, you feel this whole half burning, and then they do the other half and you feel this whole half burning. But it does a really cool reset, like hitting the reset button. And it's intense. It's like going through something like extreme pain, but it's not really pain. It's not like pain, agony pain. It's like a fiery burning. It's like you're burning. Anyway, anything that we go through that is extremely intense does something for us. So it's kind of like a reset. I got home and I was looking at the video, and my 16-year-old son was at home, and he got a glimpse of it, and it's just it should teach me. It should teach me. Look. I don't think that he was emotionally ready to see that. He worries about me, and he doesn't quite understand all the things that I'm going through. He's very, very stuck in the, like, not stuck, but he is very much, I don't think that he understands the spiritual path, the spiritual journey that I'm on, and especially not with my twin, because in any case, it's hard for young boys to see their mothers, you know, in relationships with, I guess, men other than their fathers. Because I think that every person that I've gone out with, he's had like his own issues with. And I remind him of that. And I even tell him, that we're not in a, me and my twin. I'm still looking for a better word, but I have to say that just so you know who I'm talking about. But me and my twin are not in a romantic relationship. We're in a friendship, but my son picks up on the vibe of how important he is in my life, and the attention that I give to it. He picks up on it, and I think that this relationship, he picks up that it's more important than any of the other relationships that I've been in, and I think he's really, he hasn't come to terms with it yet. And I keep explaining to him, I think he really feels like he wants to control me and decide where I need to be putting my focus, which is on work and making a living. And, if it was his way, I would be working 24/7. I would get up in the morning, and the truth is, if I got up in the morning and just started working, I would, I would be A-okay. I know how to make money. I've done it before. The thing is that I don't want to do it like I've done it before. Now, I've done it before, but I just felt like I sold my soul to the devil. So, and plus I'm on this twin flame journey, and you can't just get up and do menial tasks. Well, I guess you can do menial tasks, but it's different. I feel like I can't be doing things that my soul doesn't feel fulfilled by. And then at the same time, I don't really know exactly where to go. And I think that I just need to start somewhere. Just decide that I start somewhere. Yesterday, when I was at the beach, and this is at the beach, I was at the Jordan River, and I was on the northern side of the Jordan River, which is more like it's wild. It's more overgrown, and the river flows there extreme. It's like rapid. And I had a conversation. There was a whole group of friends. I know 4 of them. We're friends that we've done things before on the Jordan River together, and I know them. We're friends. We've become friends, and I met them through my twin, which is kind of funny. But they are also on this spiritual path, and I think that also part of their spiritual path, their spiritual journey was ignited with through partially meeting my twin, and so he had an impact. That's maybe what I mean to say, is that he had an impact on their spiritual journey too. I think everybody that meets him, he has an impact on. He's funky, like Mr. Funky Dude. But I had a really good conversation with a young girl there. Not even a girl, a young woman. And during the conversation, I was talking to her about things that she needed to hear, but it was also things that I needed to hear. And it's funny how things like that happen. And it kind of like woke something up in me, something more. I think it also had to do with the shamanic the shamanic ceremony that we did, kind of like a reset, like you just zap to your brain, and then like your brain is like, oh, okay, so we can do a reset and we can start new. And it woke something up in me that's more like, go get him. Like, okay, you have this whole thing going on the side, but that's just on the side. I mean, that's not, I can't even bank on anything. I talked in a previous video how in the end, it's mivchana totzot. It means it's like what you're left with in your hand. Okay, so you can go through all these philosophies and beautiful and old but at the end of the day, what do you have in your hand? Okay, so I have all this knowledge and I have all of the spirituality and the emotion, and I know how to fly in the higher realms. But in this world, which this is the world, this is the playground, this 3D is the playground. Without the 3D and without the body and without all of this, there is no spiritual, because there isn't a kli, there isn't a container to contain all of the higher levels, right? So if I didn't have this body, I couldn't have the experiences and I couldn't have the perceptions. So even the perceptions of the higher realms is dependent on this 3D, this 3D plane. So this 3D plane is the plane. Look at these flowers. They're so pretty. Everything is in bloom and the color is just beautiful. This is beautiful. Look, everything is in bloom. Everything. And there's ladybugs everywhere. It's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. And the birds, look, the birds are up there. They're just having a ball. I guess it's still early enough. What I love about this valley is that I'm in between two, you see, canyons. So it's like this little valley in between, and the sun only comes into this valley during high sun. So I can still be out now in these hours, and there's hardly anybody here. It's in the middle of Passover. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning. There was one car out there. So I love it. I love it. Look at this. I am in heaven. And so I woke up this morning a little bit different. And a lot of it is because of the conversation I had yesterday. I had this conversation with that young woman at the Jordan Valley, at the Jordan River. And I want to remember what I wanted to say about that. She was kind of talking about being in a place where I am. It seems like she's at a crossroads. She's at a crossroads in between going after what she truly wants. She was just let go from her job. And I told her, that's just the universe giving you exactly what you need, a push start into the direction that you need to be going into, because that job just doesn't match up with you anymore. And she said that's exactly what they told her when they let her go, that she's just not a good match for it. And I told her, and she's also going through, flopping back and forth in between the new way of thinking and the old way of thinking. And she also is a spirit guide. And by her nature, you can just see it. She has this something about her that is calming and nurturing and understanding. And you can see that she's on the path of a healer. And so we actually talked about it. I asked her, what is your real passion? What do you see yourself doing? And she said that she sees herself helping other people, but not one-on-one, in groups. And I think that she would be excellent at it if she allows herself. But that wasn't what I was going to say about it. We actually recorded the conversation because she said that she that everything that I was telling her is so spot on. She needs to remember it. She needs to remember it. She needs to remember it. And I told her, and so we recorded it, a lot of it, part of it, partially. And one of the things that I told her that really hit and resonated with her, because she kept on saying it over and over and over, was, and you understand that I say me, that I said it physically out of my mouth, but in all honesty, I know that everything that comes to me for others is just coming through me. And, oh, I remember what I was going to say. What I told her that really sat with her, and she said was like one of the most important things that she heard, was that you tell the world who you are, and the world believes you. When you believe that you are something and you tell the world, I'm this, the world believes you. And a lot of times the thing is that we don't believe it in ourselves. And that means that we need to change our own belief. And we can do that through affirmations and through meditation and through, we affirm it to ourselves. We get up in the morning every morning and tell ourselves. So for her, I told her, you get up every morning, you tell yourself, I am a spiritual leader and I lead groups. And one of the things that is, comes up, not only to her, but to everybody, is it feels fake. But so what? You're reprogramming your own mind. Our minds were programmed to believe certain things about ourselves. And from childhood, other people programmed our brains. So if we want to get out in front of our own lives and take hold of our own lives and be what we want to be, then we need to first see what we want to be and understand exactly what it is that we want to be, get a good vision of that. And we can get a good vision of that by looking at other samples, other examples of people that have done things that we want to, or that are doing things that are similar to what we want to do. And then we have a good picture in our mind of what it looks like. Because a lot of times we can't even imagine what it looks like without actually seeing it. So that helps with the imagination. And put an intent in there. I am that. I am that. And then we start affirming it to ourselves every day in our meditations. We just say it to ourselves several times a day until we believe it. So we're reprogramming our own mind. And at first it feels fake. At first it could feel totally fake, but as you progress into it, you start realizing that is you. That is what you are, and that you can get out ahead of your own life and program your own mind and be in control of what goes into your mind and what comes out. So it's like protecting your mind, deciding what you're going to put into it, and at the same time watching what you put out, because whatever you put out of your mouth, that's our way to connect with the world. That's our way. Well, we have a lot of different ways to connect to the world, but one of the most obvious and easy ways that we connect to the world is through I'm wondering if I want to hike up there, because I really want to get a start on this day too, but I guess this is also getting a start on this day. I'm going to hike up there, my regular spot. I just love that hike up there, and it also gives my body some, some good heart exercise, heart and muscle exercise. I do have to say, keep my legs, lung heart exercise, I guess you'd say. I get pretty good exercise, I think. I go on several walks a day, probably. I like being outside. So that was one thing that we did talk about, was reprogramming your own mind to believe about yourself things that you want to believe about yourself, and watching our words, because our words create our reality. So like she said that she said something. She said, because they did this camping together, and it was a really cool atmosphere. And she said that she felt like at home and she wanted more of it. So she said, well, I hope that we get to do this more often. And we talked about that a little bit, because she realized that in saying that, it's weak. It's not her taking control and saying, okay, I like this. This is going to be my life. And I am going to make more circumstances like this. It's in the I hope that somebody else does this so that I can come. It's weak. It's not purposely creating. It's hoping that other people will create for you. And that was the real, for me also, that was an eye-opener, because I realize on myself that I do that sometimes without even noticing what I'm doing. You're so used to thinking that way, that the power is outside of me, that you forget that you are the one with the power in your own life. So you can choose to give away your power and go where other people tell you to go, and wait for other people to make the opportunities for you to shine. Or you can just decide, well, I'm going to make the opportunities for me to shine. And the thing that I wanted to talk about from the get-go, and we're already 21 minutes in, is one of the things that we talked about is that all this life is an experience. In 100 years from now, none of this is going to matter. And whatever I did with my life is what I did with my life. Nobody else is going to do my life for me. And I'll just show you how far I've gotten. And if I want an extraordinary life, like I said, I'm the one responsible to make my life extraordinary. And throw shame out the window. Throw shame out the window. I get to tell the world who I am, and the world believes me. I can tell the world I'm great, and the world believes me if I believe it. And if they don't believe me, it's because they don't believe that they're great, so they don't see greatness in others. And I firmly understand this. And there's something deep-rooted that I am getting out now that tells me, first of all, that other people need to tell me that you don't toot your own horn, which is bull. Because if I don't toot my own horn, I'm just waiting for other people to toot my horn. Come on. I know who I am better than anybody else knows who I am, for sure. I'm with me all the time. Other people come and spend just certain amounts of time with me, even my parents, Okay, so they were with me for this amount of time, and then I'm off to make my own life. So even they don't get to decide who I am for me. It's my life. And even if some of our paths coincide is not a good word, but our paths are joint in certain places, it doesn't mean that our paths are the same. It means that we have places I got to where I want to get. This is my sitting spot. A lot of times I come here and I write, and the big cave is right over there. A lot of times I come here and I sit and I write and I watch the birds. The birds are still at it this morning. See? They fly in and out of this cave. They live in this cave. There's a few different kinds of birds, and you can see them. They're so cute. They're happy. They're happy with the morning and day. And that's how I want to be. And this morning, that's how I woke up. Just happy, ready to get a start on the day. It's been a long time since I felt this, and I added into my meditation, I am strong. I love my life. I'm powerful. I know exactly what to do. The I am, and this is something that I learned from Dr. Wayne Dyer. He was probably my first spiritual teacher, Dr. Wayne Dyer. He passed away, but I started listening to him, I think in 2013 or 2014. And he has a very simple way of putting things that anybody can connect to. So even if you're just at the beginning of your spiritual journey, you can really connect to him. He has a real wisdom. And one of the things, and also that meditation, the meditation is based on his teachings. I know that also for my twin. He also says that in his video. So it's funny how him and I both found the same spiritual leader. The spiritual leader. Yeah, spiritual leader. I guess that's what you would say. And one of the things that he taught and that I really heard is that I am are really powerful words, because when you say I am, you're making a declaration about yourself. I am this way. If you say I am scared, you're reaffirming that you're scared, and you're saying it about yourself as if it is a fact. If you say to yourself, and it's just like the affirmations, like we are, we uh, um, we are programming our minds with the I ams and beliefs that we have about ourselves. So we really need to watch our words, especially when we speak of ourselves. So if I want to be great, then I need to say, I am great. And if I want to be weak, which I don't think anybody really wants to be weak, I think that weakness is a vice. It's running away from your strength. And then we make excuses why it's okay for us to be weak. It's okay for us to be weak because of all these other circumstances, because of how I was raised, and because of how this and that turned out, and that's just the way I am. That's bull crap. That's bull crap. Weakness is a vice. Weakness is a running away from your strengths because you're afraid to stand up into them and take responsibility for yourself. Because we were programmed as children that we're not worthy, that we don't, as children, by schools, by our parents. It's nobody's fault, yeah, because that's just the way that they were brought up too. Look, there's two little rock rabbits over there on the cliff. I don't know if you can see them, but I love watching the animals down the edge of that cliff over there. I've noticed that animals love to look at the view. Look, she's watching the view. See, she could sit there for 20 minutes looking around. They love watching the view. Look at that one too. See? They're watching everything that's going on down there in nature. It's just beautiful. So it's funny how animals and us are the same, because I could sit here for I could sit here for hours now and just watch the birds and watch the rock rabbits and look at everything that's going on. There's so much going on in nature when you really sit down and pay attention. And so this morning I woke up in a different vibe, in a vibe of okay, I'm reprogramming my brain. I know exactly what to do. I'm excited about my life. I am in flow with my life. I am powerful. I am happy. I'm excited about my life. I know how to make money. I know how to make money. I do. I've done it before. I know how to make money. All this sitting around belly aching is just, it's not getting, it's not, it's excuses. It's me looking at what is and crying about what is, instead of saying, okay, that's what is, then I don't want that. Let me go out and make it different. I want different things in my life, and take responsibility for myself. Not sit around waiting for somebody else to come into my life, oh, my twin, oh, reunion, all this crap. It's not relevant. And until I don't stand on my own 2 feet, none of that is relevant. And besides, I don't want anybody else to do it for me. I want to feel powerful in myself. That's the way to true happiness, is truly feeling like I'm worthy. And truly feeling like I'm worthy is because I am worthy, and because I'm standing up into my strengths. So I understand this. And so this morning I got up different. I got up excited. I got up happy. I got up, I know what to do, and I'm going to just go and start doing. Do. Just sit and do. I can listen to I can educate myself while I do things, but there are so many things that I can do that I just sit on my hands belly aching because there's nothing done. And I think that once I just start doing, then I get into the doing motion, and things get done. And then even if I'm just doing menial tasks, like packaging things, everything together. There's 2 big birds up there. I don't know if I'm not gonna show you birds anymore. I'm just gonna enjoy them, because you can't really see them even in the camera. With your eyeballs you have focus, so you focus on what you want to see. But when it's just moving the camera, you just see you don't know really what to look at. So there are the things. I'm reprogramming my brain, reprogramming my mind with affirmations. And I'm watching my words, because whatever I say has power, and it's sent out into the universe with my intention and my power. So I am beautiful, and I am all good things, and I'm part of this universe, and I am in sync and in flow with the universe. And I am strong, and I know exactly what needs to be done in every moment. And I live in the moment, and I'm excited about my life. And there is plenty in my life. My life is abundant with all of the different riches of health and love and beauty and excitement and emotions and money and traveling. I am very, very rich, and family and love and partnership, and I'm releasing expectation. I'm releasing expectation. I'm getting into the flow. My mind is open to accept and to realize what comes in. When you're expecting something and you're sitting on these expectations, you miss what's right in front of you, because you want this certain thing, or your mind is locked on a certain outcome. Then your mind is closed for all of these awesome things that come through your life that could have massive potential for, to create abundance and beauty and all sorts of things that you couldn't have imagined. If you're only going off of if you're in expectation, then you're really only waiting for what you already know, and you're not open for things that you don't know yet, because you can't expect something that you don't know, right? So the minute you release expectation, you allow for other things, magnificent things, to come into your life too. Things that you didn't know about, that you couldn't have thought about, that because you haven't experienced them yet. So I am are important words. I am allowing the universe to unfold in all of its glory and greatness to me, and guide me in each moment, from each moment to the next. There are things that I can do, things that I know that I should do, that I can do. Like, for instance, I'm going to go out and put out invoices for work that I've already done so that I can get paid. I'm going to go and start designing those logos that I have. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I'm going to make breakfast. And, those are givens. I'm going to hike down this mountain. That's a given. And and I'm going to be excited about my life. I'm going to check out when the post office is open and get a package out. There's lots of things that I have to do. And I'm excited about this life. I am excited about my life. I am programming my brain. And I actually did wake up this morning excited about my new meditation, excited about getting up, excited about my coffee, excited about this walk. This is a wonderful way to start the morning. A butterfly. Okay. I am hiking off this mountain, and I am going to have another cup of coffee and flow through this day. So I'm wishing you lots and lots and lots of love, and thank you for listening. And if you've gotten here and you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel. That will help me out a lot. And also, if you like me, then you can also watch me more. So, wishing you all the best. I'm going to hike down.